Good afternoon. Can you please tell me your name and where you're from?
Good afternoon. My name is Sarah Smith, and I'm from London, England.
Thank you, Sarah. Let's begin with part 1 of the speaking test. I'd like to start by asking you some questions about your hometown. What do you like most about living in London?
Well, one thing I really like about London is the diversity of people and cultures here. There are so many different nationalities, and you can try food from all over the world. It's quite exciting.
That sounds interesting. What are some of the popular tourist attractions in London that you would recommend to someone visiting for the first time?
Oh, there are so many. I definitely recommend visiting the Tower of London. It's a historic castle with a lot of fascinating stories. And, of course, you can't miss the British Museum. It's full of amazing artifacts from all over the world.
Those are great suggestions. Now, let's talk about your free time. What do you like to do when you have some leisure time?
In my free time, I enjoy going for long walks in the parks. London has some beautiful green spaces like Hyde Park and Regent's Park. I also like reading novels and spending time with my friends.
Reading is a wonderful hobby. Speaking of books, can you tell me about a book you've read recently that you really enjoyed?
Sure, I recently read a novel called The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna. It's a historical fiction book set during World War II, and I found it very touching and thought-provoking.
It sounds like a compelling read. Now, let's move on to part 2 of the speaking test. I'm going to give you a topic, and you will have 1 minute to prepare a short speech about it. After that, you will speak for 1 to 2 minutes. Here's your topic: describe a memorable journey you've taken.
Alright. 1 minute pause for preparation. Well, one of the most memorable journeys I've taken was a road trip with my friends to the Scottish Highlands. We drove for hours through the stunning landscapes, with mountains, lakes, and castles all around us. We even camped in the wilderness, and it was an unforgettable experience.
Thank you for sharing that. Now, let's move on to part 3 of the speaking test. We'll discuss some broader issues related to travel and tourism. Do you think tourism has a positive or negative impact on local communities?
I believe tourism can have both positive and negative impacts. On the positive side, it brings in revenue and creates jobs for local people. However, it can also lead to overcrowding and put pressure on natural resources. So, it's essential to strike a balance and manage tourism sustainably.
That's a thoughtful perspective. How can tourists be more responsible when they visit new places to minimize any negative effects?
Tourists can be responsible by respecting local cultures and traditions, minimizing waste and pollution, and supporting local businesses and artisans. It's also crucial to follow any rules and regulations set by the destination to protect the environment and community.
Very well said, Sarah. Thank you for your responses. That concludes the speaking test.